And here we go. This is the replacement box build for the JL enclosure that was previously stolen from a customer of mine. Went with the VD series Skar because the JLs that he purchased before were higher in price and certain areas was not available, so we decided to give these guys a try. I've got a lot of lost footage that I missed on this one, so if you weren't familiar with this particular build, go check that one out and watch it up to about 5 minutes, then come back to this one. This is where it catches up here. What I'm doing here, I'm adding a secondary layer to mount these subs because these are a little beefier, they got more power handling. I'm adding an extra 1.5 inch trims around the bottom side. So what I did is set the subs in place, mark where the mounting screws go, and offset these so I would not hit them when I would get to screw the subs down. Added some 100% glue, you know how we do it, clamped them into place, screwed them on down, and then I'll get ready to rough these out, step up drill bit. Grab the old trusty jigsaw. And then they were sticking out a little bit further, so I took my file and just filed them smooth. Wouldn't have been seen, but I was there, you know, why not? Grab the flush trim bit on the router, hit it one time around, and there you go. Trim rings on the bottom side, still keeping the top flush. There you go. And that black mark is not a gap, that's a pencil mark, and you can see right here, the two pieces are smashed together below that pencil mark, no gaps. Now I'll go ahead and level everything off, get ready to add the top. But before I added that on, I went ahead and drilled some holes out that I'll be running my speaker wire through so I can connect the two subs together. You know how we do it, 100% glue coverage. Put the top on, and right here I'm showing you a lot of people when it's hard to drill at an angle, which I've got mine leveled out so it makes it a lot easier, but you want to keep the drill bit even with your box, your outer edge. And that's what I'm showing you here. I'm getting my drill bit flush against it and then just bringing it up and sliding it over. And it'll keep that angle that the box is on. You see that? Try it again. Just pull it up nice and slow and slide it right over and drill down, and that'll keep it there. Now I went ahead, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do it. I'm one-handed, so bear with me now. If I can pull it up, oh, a little too far. Try again, BJ, come on. Pull it on up, slide it over, and drill straight down. And that will help from your screws from kicking out inside or kicking out of the box and make it a lot easier. Just little tricks, little tips. You know, if you find them helpful, great. If not, no worries. Just run the screw on in, get it flush. And there we go. Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to add these 1.25 inch wooden dowels and the bracing pieces. Measure my depth. Go ahead and find the location, pre-drill the holes. Set the first one in place, drill it through, and then I'll draw out the bottom in pencil. Then take my tape measure both sides because I can't get my drill bit in there. And I'll transfer those numbers to the back side of the box and drill from the back into the box. There you go. Now I can go ahead. I'm just showing you, flip it on the side, drilling it from the bottom up into the box. Slap a little bit of glue on it, run some screws through it. Now I got both chambers solid, braced up, ready to go. Broke out the orbital sander, get them edges nice and crispy. The box is gonna be wrapped, it's not important, but it just helps. And trust me, it's a mental deal for me, just the box looks clean and solid. Grab me a piece of 1/4 inch hardboard. Now I'm gonna get ready to put the front piece on where I'm gonna design on, get everything measured out, marked out, grab whatever I got to get the contours, the design I'm looking for. Trying to keep it creative, measure my center points. Got that ready, now I'll go ahead and knock this terminal cup out. Found this location, drill it on out, pre-drill my holes. Just added steps in between other things that I'm doing, fillers, if you will. Now I'll go ahead and knock that piece out, rough it out before I add my template pieces together. Double face tape, press everything into place, stop blocks where it's needed, pre-drill my holes so I can drop my flush trim bit in it and run it on the router table. That's what I'm doing right there. And there you can see the two pieces, because it wasn't wide enough on there, I got duct tape holding it together while I ran it on. I had to be extra careful on that so it wouldn't kick out on me. And then I'll remove all the template pieces and then finish out my rounded corners with the jigsaw. Put a rabbit edge on the bottom side, run it across the table saw, or the router table. Sorry about that. That's the two pieces I was talking about because my piece was not wide enough. I wasn't going to cut a brand new piece just for that. It won't be seen, so that's what that was for. Got my plexiglass in place, marked out, cut it on the table saw, drop fit it into place. It's good to go. Now I can go ahead and grab me some fabric, double spray adhesive, 2-part contact, rub that on into place, add some glue to the back side of the hardboard, trimmed out the rest of the fabric. And I was jumping back and forth, so I was adding glue and reapplying glue and stuff like that. I was kind of getting excited there. Remove the back piece of the protective edge. It's going to be against the fabric, leaving the top side still exposed. Go ahead and add that second piece in. Anything that was off a little bit, just go ahead and sand it down by hand. And I did use 1-inch screws on this, and I'm just going to show you that they do stick out on the inside, stick through, but it's not going to hurt anything. Nothing's in the way. Just wanted to show you that. There was 1-inch screws. Now I can go ahead and get ready to start adding this gray fleece. Again, 2-part spray contact. Lay it across there, smooth it on out. Now I can go ahead and get my blade and my tucking tool and tuck it in them gaps. I like using this technique because it eliminates the seams. You have no seams on the side, plus it allows you to put the logo on the front. Here I am showing you I've got this bunched up in the corner, and that fleece stretches, and this is get it on down there how you want it, no seams, no cutting. And that's why I hand sand my edges on this box, because when you get to pulling and tugging, it will tear your fabric. So if you hit it by hand, hit it with your hand sander just a little bit, take that edge off, it helps tremendously. I always put staples on the bottom of my pieces because glue will release. Trust me, it will release over time, and that staples will save you. A good important step. Roughed out the inside for the subs. Pushed them on down and inside and around. Again, this step isn't critical. I could have flushed the trim, but why not? Try some different things while you can. It won't be seen, but at least you know you can do it on certain fabrics, and some fabrics you can't, just for future builds. Put a couple notches in there. That's what a speaker terminal pushes through. Don't trim it out. Leave the fabric in there because it makes the fit tighter off in there. Got everything masked off, and I'm gonna go ahead and start messing with the front side. That jump back on the bottom. I had something loose. Yeah, that's what it was. Just add a few more staples. Go ahead and rough the front out where the decal will go. Trimmed it by hand, and then just took my tucking tool and took my time. Walked all the way around, and that's why you leave that protective edge on there, the little scuff marks. That's the protective edge. It is not the flexing. All right, I'll go ahead and peel it on off. You can see it leaves everything clean and crisp. Look at me trucking up the deuces back there. Go ahead, young man. All right, I'll go ahead and trim these out. I don't know what you call it, the slits. Yeah, the lines, the slits, whatever you want to call that. Trimmed it down the middle, tucked it on the round. Now I'll go ahead and fill those in. Add the fabric just in strips. Tucked it on in, got it looking smooth. Oh yeah, it's coming together again. Now I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade my speaker terminals, break them all the way down. Just showing you that there, strip it all the way down. I'll go ahead and get my snips here and trim off what I don't need. And then reassemble it. There you go, see that piece there on the right? Throw that away. I'm gonna use the piece on the left. And just start stacking them back in. And just a quick side note while I'm assembling this terminal cup. If you notice, my hands and fingers don't look like I've been breaking cinder blocks all weekend. You guys get some lotion, take care of your fingertips and your hands. Scuffing up on your woman like that, that ain't right. But yeah, got everything hooked on up, got the wire connected, 12 gauge OFC. Go ahead and run it on through those holes I drilled out earlier, I showed you. And pay attention to the background. Look at my edges, look at my gaps. There's no silicone, that's glue. Ain't no gaps in there, that's some clean edges I'm telling you guys about. It's important. Go ahead and run some screws, knock that terminal cup into place, and we are ready for the subs. Here we go, Skar Audio-VD 12s. You know, me and Skar go way back. We've had our issues in the past, and we still do. We don't see eye to eye. That's why I'll never spend money on Skar Audio, but we'll leave that for another story. But these are some good looking subs. No complaints, they make good products. I really like this. I really wanted to try these for a long time as well. I'm just glad that the customer decided to go ahead and go with these. And here I'm showing you they will hold 8 gauge, and that's my 12 gauge on the right side. That was the reason for that. I'll go ahead and wire these on up. Throw the voltmeter on it. See what we got. Multimeter. There we go, 4 ohms on this one, 4 ohms on the other one. Now this here, that's two 12 gauges rolled together, will not fit off in there. So I took my wire strippers, go ahead and strip them back, retwisted them, and there we go. Nice and clean. Attention to detail, fellas. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little polyfill to this. Box was right there where it needed to be, but I wanted to add a little bit more just to give clearance for the bracing and the subwoofer displacement, stuff like that. Make sure it had plenty of internal space. Use some 1 1/4" wood screws. Double checking my ohm load at the terminal cup. We sitting right, 2.1. And there we have it. We in there. All right, what are we missing? What are we missing? Oh, yes, here we go. I'm gonna put the finishing touches on this one. Go ahead and marked everything off. Just make sure everything was centered. Top, bottom, left, and right. Get the top piece off, set it in there. Like the look. I didn't, I can readjust it. Excuse me. Go ahead and move the bottom piece. And I'll peel it on off. Let this bad boy shine. Shout out to my decal guy, which is the same dude. My man Chauncey. He does my shirts and everything. They do A1, him and his wife. A1 work every single time. I love it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We coming for you. Look at that. Looking good. All right. We got it knocked out. They might have got him on the first one, so hopefully he might put a low jack on this one. I don't know what he's gonna do. Hopefully they won't steal this one, but we got him back in there. They got him the first time. We took care of him the second time around. Oh yeah. He ready now. He ready. Go ahead and dropped it on off and just show you what it looks like inside the truck. He was getting ready to roll out that evening too, so I caught him right on time. Nice tight tuck fit, keeping it flush with the front of the seat. Another one knocked out, on to the next one.